Hey there. I hope you're doing well. I hope things are going well for you. One of my clients challenged me, so I see that our session is coming, so I'm putting this together. One, to help myself, to help him, but mostly it is something that I thought, anyway, I should challenge myself to do. So one of the things I do very well is speak, so I can do these videos as much as I like. Um, and one of the things that I've been speaking about for many years, and I use in many of my coaching sessions, is the SKARP model. So many of you who have worked with me know the SKARP model, which is essentially my model of humankind that kind of explains pretty much everything around how we build relationships, how we work, and how what makes us tick and what ticks us off. But one thing I don't do very well is publish and write. So this client of mine, as I was going through one of our sessions, he actually encouraged me or challenged me to actually put a practice paper together for him to be able to apply the SCAP model, and particularly the middle section, which is about building relationships. So I'm going to try to do that in less than 10 minutes, and a minute or so of it has already gone by. And let's see if I challenge myself. And then if you have questions, feel free to get in touch. And if you want us to work with the SCAP model and how it can help you shift and change your life somehow, let's do it. But let's talk. So the SCAP model is essentially an eight element model that emerged as I was working on the credibility. On my credibility study, details of it can be found on my TED Talk somewhere online, so you can check that out. I've spent about 18 or so minutes just talking through it, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. And just in a quick summary, what came out of the research is that your credibility as well as your leadership credibility lies in eight elements, which are skill, ability to do something very well, better than 80% of the people you know, knowledge, something that you know very well, better than 80% of the people you know, and your values. What are those things that are driving you and your life very well, are driving your life and making you a place from which you make decisions? Your attitude, which is about your passions. What is it that you're really passionate about and causes surveillance in your life? The stuff that people use against you all the time to benefit themselves. It's not wrong or right, it just is, because it's something that you do anyway. And then motives. What is the reason that you wake up every morning to come to work or to go to work or to go to live or to do live? Why do you bother to get out of bed at all? And personality, the way you approach life and the way you think about the world in many ways, and the way you connect and relate. Results, which are essentially about the outcomes of the past. What is it that you're proud of to have achieved in your life, and what is it that you feel you still need to achieve, as well as your purpose. What is the reason that you feel you're here on earth, if at all? What is your major contribution to the 8 billion number of which we are? So that's a quick summary of what the SCAP model is. Now, my thesis in building in working with the SCAP model to increase your credibility is essentially that people connect better with you, people relate better with you at a credible level when you do specific elements of the model well, or pay attention to the particularly the four elements of the model. Let's make it five, because the skill and the knowledge is almost assumed. People kind of assume you already have the skill. People already assume you have the knowledge. If you haven't achieved that, which is 17% of the model, you are already doomed in a way. People will kind of just go, oh, he's a nice guy, but don't give him anything to do, type of a thing. But your values, your attitudes, your motives, and your personality are the things that I'm going to pay attention to specifically in this recording. And what is the question you need to ask yourself about values in order to be able to connect correctly or connect in a credible way? The first thing you need to know, what are the 3 most important values for you? What are the 3 non-negotiable values for you? You need to know that already going into any relationship. And then the important thing then in the relationship with other people is to be able to listen to what are the 2 or 3 important values for them. If not, ask them, what is it that is very important for you, that is non-negotiable? I should always ask, what is a non-negotiable value for you over and above everything else? So that's one question to ask, and listen, and then try to have a conversation in a way that allows that person's value to be fulfilled, so to speak, because our relationship is about value. And 2, your passions, your attitudes. What is it that you do every day that people almost use you for? What is it that you would do even if nobody would pay you money? And actually, what is it that you do even if nobody pays you money? And talk about that quite a bit in your conversation with the person that you're meeting with or the person that you're trying to connect with. And you can anyway help it because it will come through. It will come through your pores. So don't resist. Do it, share it. Let your passion shine, because the more your passion shine, the more credible you are. 3, in terms of motives, I work pretty much here with the Maslow hierarchy of needs, although some other models also work. On the Maslow hierarchy of needs, where do you sit at this moment in time? So again, I want to explain the Maslow hierarchy of needs. Just Google Maslow hierarchy of needs and understand how does it work. I do have some spaces where I also explain it. But on the Maslow hierarchy of needs, which of the needs seem to be the driving need for you right now? And realize that that need is essentially what is driving your actions, but it's only for you. The other people will be lying in different places on that hierarchy. So now find out from the person that you're working with, the person that you're meeting, the person that you're about to do work with, where do they sit on the hierarchy of needs? Either by listening very closely, or even better, asking them questions. I always believe, ask people what they want, ask people where they are, so that you can be able to get to the answer. You can't guess, so don't guess. If you can help it, you are likely to offend many people. So just ask people. This is not a secret. If people don't know, make it a conversation, but make sure that they know where you stand. And then lastly, personality. What is your personality type? How do you approach life in general? Are you a more structured person? Are you a more relaxed person? Are you a more anxious person, or are you a more detail-oriented person? So if you haven't done a personality assessment test somewhere, do it. I'm happy to do one for you if you want. We do work with some of the best personality assessments in the world. But if you haven't, if you know your assessment, go and look at the report again. Tell people what your personality type is, because when people understand your personality type and the way you approach work, there's a much greater chance that you are going to come into an alignment about how the both of you work, because now you will understand that perhaps I'm structured and you're not. Let's find a way to come together. But by that self-disclosure, you are essentially starting to address a conflict that will be coming down the road, which is essentially the conflict about the ways of work. And most of the time, we judge people by our personality types. So people will be judging you by their personality type, and they won't tell you. Tell them who they are so that they can judge you by who they are. But also listen to who they are so that you can adjust the way you are to who they are. I hope this really helps. This is only a middle part of the SKARP model. Tell me what you think and tell me how it has helped so far. But I think this should be sufficient also to support my client. In the next recording, perhaps I will start working with the other two elements, which is the results as well as the purpose. But tell me what you think. Tell me how you've used these things. Tell me what other questions you will be able to ask around values, around attitudes, around motives, around personality, to be able to help you connect a little bit more with others. And on that note, I thank you and good luck with connecting.